in Sydney?
Yeah, late in the afternoon now, 5 p.m.
Yeah. What is the time of the sunset time now, Pak Zulfan?
Sunset will be close to 8 o'clock.
Oh, close to 8 o'clock. Okay. Okay. And Maghrib and then Isya, it's will be about 9 p.m. ya, Pak ya?
About 9:20.
Oh, 9:20. Okay. Quite a long sunlight, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, then now it's already 1:02, so we just start, yeah, everybody. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Alhamdulillah. Now this is the first workshop. Okay, so you guys just a little bit, yeah, a little bit to the finish line of this summer course. Okay, so be patient and then keep your spirit up. Okay, tetap semangat ya, sedikit lagi ya, just a little bit more. Okay, so today this first workshop, Prof Zulfan will announce the name for finalists, and I already said to you, please be prepared because Pak Zulfan will do a bit interview, yeah, about who you are and then about your assignment. Okay, and please be on cam when Pak Zulfan call out your name. Okay, I want you be on cam, every one of you. You have to be on cam now, yeah. But specifically when Pak Zulfan call out your name, please be on cam. Okay, and yeah, Pak Zulfan, time and place are yours.
Okay, thank you, Ibu May. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you again after talking to you 2 weeks ago about what is learning journal and how to write learning journal. And then this morning I received a bunch of files selected from the learning journal that you have produced from the summer course. And then the files that I received have been selected by the committee. And actually, I just need to do a little bit of reading and then to look at a bit more specific about what I can say about what you have produced. So I have now finally in my list now, I have 13 submissions of learning journal. And all the 13 are very good, excellent, not very good. So this is the way we assess this kind of submissions in Australian university, at least in my university. We classify the outcome of the assessment as fail if the submissions do not pass 50 or less than 50, that will be fail. So 50 plus up to less than 65, we call it pass. And above pass, between 65 to 70, less than 75, say 64 something, we call it credit. For fail, we call it inadequate, right? In English, in verbal language. For pass, we call it fair, pass, yeah. And then for higher than pass, we call it credit. Credit, if you want to say, we call it good. That will be between 65 to less than 75. Above credit, the grade above credit is distinctions. And distinctions we use in terms of numbers, in terms of scale, that will be between 75 up to less than 85. That's distinctions. In distinctions, we also usually use this is very good. After good, you have very good. And the highest one we call the highest one, we call that one as high distinctions. So high distinctions is basically, if we translate into numbers, that will be 85 plus. So that's the way but in different countries, probably we use different ways of, but probably the principle will be more or less similar. But since this is a kind of qualitative, but we try as much as we can to be to use the standard. But after all, assessing the writing submissions, after all, this is qualitative way of looking things. This is different from math. From math, you can say that this is 74, this is 74.5, this is 74.6. You can go into that kind of level in math, but in this kind of thing, we use just grade there. So from that perspective, it doesn't really matter whether you have 85, 87, 90, 95, or 97. It doesn't really matter, because you already belong to the highest grade in the range. So the way the student transcript is given to the student also in that kind of 4 categories: fail, pass, credit, distinctions, and high distinctions. So those the 13 finalists that I have in front of me now, all of you, in my view, my view could be different from someone else's view, but at least since I've presented to you the principle or the sessions on what and how to write learning journal, at least I will have some legitimacy to assess. So let me abuse my privilege here. But anyway, I have looked at that one. So all of you, the 13 of you here, either you have 85, 90, or 95. So all of you are already at excellence level. Yeah. But please be mindful that you are different in many respects, right? You are coming from different countries. So the 13 submissions here are from Indonesia, from Malaysia, and from Pakistan. So from country-wise, you are coming from different countries. Those of you who are coming from Malaysia and Pakistan, look, we have to be fair. You are colonized by the British before. So to a large extent, the English proficiency are a lot better than those who are Indonesians. So we have to accept that. I'm not surprised. But at the same time, when I look at the submissions from Indonesian fellows, I will have to be more appreciative. I can feel how struggling they are to try to express themselves, to be authentic, to be reflective, and to be efficient, and to be clear in writing the learning journal. And this is not easy. I can see the struggle. I have to say that I'm sympathetic. And so balancing all those things, so we have to keep in mind that kind of things too. Okay, basically now it's not about me. The sessions today, the workshop is about you. I've done what I have to do 2 weeks ago, telling you, introducing you to the concept of learning journal, what to do, what should be there, how to approach, what is needed. Now, probably this is the time to listen to you in interactive way. So I've put this one in alphabetical order. So this is not, by no means, this is about the order of the quality. But I would like to call you one by one, and then please open your camera. Let's have quick conversations. At least introduce yourself, who you are, what you are doing, and then how do you find the experience of writing learning journal as the outcome of the 2 weeks summer course and you have to do that one consistently for 2 weeks every day. So we want to hear from you. So we share our experience now. Okay, the first one from Indonesia, from Uin Sharif Hidayatullah, and the name is Adam Shah Muhammad. Are you here, Adam Shah? Adam, should I call you Adam? Probably Adam is not here.
Adam, are you here?
Adam Shah Muhammad.
Adam,
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's move on. The next one that I have in my list is again from Indonesia, from IPB University, Azka Rahmah Fadilah. Are you here? Wow, the second one is not here. We have only 13. Okay, that's fine. Azka is not here too. The third one from Malaysia, Chaili Ting. Chaili, are you there?
Hi, Prof.
Hi, this is good. Finally, for the third one, if you fail for the 3 times to call, that's not good news, you know. Twice is okay. 3 is unacceptable. So it's still okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Chaili Ting, and I'm from Malaysia. Currently, I'm doing my master studies in forestry science, and the university is University Malaysia Sabah. It's just at the top of Kalimantan, above Kalimantan. Yeah. Okay, so what is the main thing I learned through the learning journal is that before this, I know that agriculture could involve in the carbon footprint emission, but I never know that different livestock has different emission. Yeah, and since Malaysia and Indonesia is the quite top countries in producing the rice, the paddy, and rubber, and also oil palm. Yeah, so I think it's a great information for me to know about the carbon emissions in the agriculture. Yeah.
Thank you, Chaili. Also, you are from UMS Sabah, right?
Yeah,
Is it in Kota Kinabalu?
Yeah, Kota Kinabalu.
Yeah, I have actually one colleague as associate professor there teaching in the Faculty of Agriculture. So he just moved from UMS Kota Kinabalu into UMS to the east, Sandakan. That's
another campus. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard about your university. So anyway, I really enjoy reading your learning journal.
Thank you.
Sounds a bit formal to me, but that's great. No harm of being formal. Content is great, yeah. And then what I like is you use the consistent approach of 3 short paragraphs. Consistent 3 short paragraphs in each of the entry, and then you put your very good, excellent reflexivity content on the last paragraph. So I can see the consistent approach to each of that one, the size of each entry, more or less sharp and nice. If too long, I'll be annoyed to read, you know, but because when I ask the student, you write 150 words, and then when the student submit 350 words, so the student will start to annoy me. I will tell them after the submissions, don't do it again. So when you are asked to submit 150, probably you can submit 170 maximum, not 200, something like that. So in your case, you have done the right thing. And no wonder you are doing your master, and then you are Malaysian, and on average, you go to Malaysia, they are much more English proficient than if you
Yeah.
travel anywhere in Indonesia. So, but if Indonesia is colonized by the Dutch, it doesn't mean that Indonesian will speak Dutch. No, it doesn't mean that. But anyway, Indonesians are, I believe that they are progressing well too. Some of them, many of them now having the international experience, and this kind of summer course is one of the great initiatives that to internationalize the not so-called international universities. Okay, anyway, tk you, Shaili.
Okay.
Congratulations
thank
for having the new Prime Minister, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, Prof. Zulfan, how if we ask Liting to read just one entry of her learning journal, so that so the others can learn from that. How about that, Pak Zulfan?
Okay. You choose which
one.
entry that you like most.
Okay.
Read that one for us.
Okay, give me a moment.
Yeah. Open your file. Take your time. No problem.
And the others, please be prepared. Yeah, please prepare your learning journal file. Yeah, in front of you.
Okay, so I choose the one from Dr. Samsul from Western Sydney University about influencing carbon footprints in agriculture through adaptation of inputs and also the management of waste. So the introduction start with climate change is real and climate change is happening. It has caused a long-term shift in temperature, extreme changes in Western weather pattern, increase in sea level, food scarcity, and also so on. And we have been burning more and more fossil fuels like oil and coal, which release carbon dioxide to power our homes, factories, and also transportation. And on top of that, the global population has tripled over the past 70 years. And we are consuming more products from animals that release another pollutant called methane. And all those gases are released into the air. And when the sunlight gets into the Earth's atmosphere, some of the heat gets trapped. So the planet gets warmer. And this phenomenon causes a greenhouse effect. And I fully agree with Dr. Samsul statement of agriculture is inherently dependent on the climate in a complex and non-linear manner. And for many crops, the yield increased with increasing average temperature and carbon dioxide through the high levels of photosynthesis. Thus, new cropping areas at higher latitude, which were previously too cold, may become feasible. On the other hand, the nutritional quality and fodder may decline with the rising of carbon dioxide, and at low tropical latitudes, the rising average temperatures may exceed the survival or growth tolerance for some crops. And there are few greenhouse gases reduction across the agricultural inputs, include the choice of land and soil types, the trade-off in land use pattern, the optimization of carbon footprint, the use of renewable energy in production or processing, and improve the soil health through crop rotation method. And Dr. Samsul also discussed about the issue of food security and waste. The pillars of food security are food availability, which is means the sufficient quantities of food available, the food access, the food use, and also the stability of the above. And in agricultural sector, the geographical distribution of food waste, mainly in production phase, handling and storage, processing, distribution and market, and also consumption phase. Thus, we have to do it in a way that is ecologically, environmentally, and economically sustainable to ensure the global food the global food security for the entire world population, and at the same time reduce the greenhouse gases emissions. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shaili. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move now to the next one, the fourth one. From Indonesia, from IPB University, Krista Kezia Karangan. Krista, are you there? Looks like not here.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then what is your take about the after producing the learning journal?
Okay. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Krista Kisha Karangan, and I'm from IPB University, ESL department. And maybe that's all for the introduction. Sorry, what I have to say, sir?
Yeah, how do you find producing or working on the learning journal? Probably the first time for you. So how do you find that one? What would you say after producing a learning journal that you submitted?
Okay, it's my first time writing this learning journal, and I didn't expect to get in this time because my English is not very good, and I think I just have to listen to the class lecture very carefully, and I make a reflection based on what I think about the topic, and I reread the apa tuh PowerPoint. Yes, like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. From your response, I can see that what I not specifically about your learning journal is you are very good in capturing the content, and that's reflect what you have done. You go into the recording, and then you relook at the slides, and then you have done very good job in capturing the content. But
Okay,
when you
sir.
say that you are struggling to write in English to be a bit more authentic in your personal touch, that depends on your ability to express in writing. So I'm sympathetic with that kind of struggle. So it is not your fault. That's our overall situation. So there's no complaint about that one. But I feel that one. I'm sympathetic. But what I can say is you have done a very good job in capturing all the good contents from the each of the entry that you choose to submit. Okay, well done, Kezia.
Thank you so much, Prof.
Maybe also one sample, Prof.
Probably we don't have that time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the 13 we can come back.
Yeah.
But in between, I'll touch few substantive feedback scattered in each of the entry where I put my notes here. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the next one, the fifth one, from Malaysia again. Daniel James. Yeah, I can see that Daniel is just next to my on Zoom. You are just next to me. Okay, Daniel. Can you please introduce yourself and then few feedback or reflections about the learning journal entry that you have produced. Go ahead, Daniel.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Dr. and Madam Mel. Yeah, actually I was kind of yeah. Okay, so my name is Daniel James, and I'm from Malaysia. I'm taking my PhD in forestry science, also in University Malaysia Sabah. And for me, actually, this learning journal is a very good tool for learning, for us to absorb various kind of information, and we try to summarize and also reflect it back on how we understand the information. And actually, since I was introduced with the learning journal since last year, it also has changed the way how I do my research, how I look at the papers, and also it also helps me in my writing. But still, I have a lot of things to learn. Yeah, and then and for me, throughout this course, a lot of things that also interest me about the environment, especially in the energy, how we are wanting to transition into more sustainable way in using our natural resources. And also I was and then because for me, since my childhood, I also have the imagination like how if we could produce an infinite energy but without destroying the environment. something like that we can recycle and reuse again, and without have any bad implication. So in this course, I think it really have took my attention a lot. Yeah, that's from me.
Thank you, Daniel. And I think that explained the way you produce your learning journal. I mean, you are doing PhD in forestry, and the topic of this summer course is very much can be quite close to the forestry, because forestry is one of the missions is to contribute to the forest protections, mitigating the carbon reductions or maintaining, not reducing the carbon release to the atmosphere, something like that. So from that perspective, probably because probably you are the only one who are doing PhD here. I'm not quite sure, but probably out of the 13 and 3
there are some prof.
Oh, really? Okay.
Students here.
But in your case, probably you overdo the content. You put to way and beyond, but that's fine. That's part of the learning process. The content is great. Entry is a bit too long for each of that one. And probably when we do learning journal, one thing that is unique about learning journal is, remember that something that was put there in my explanations. This is a personalized. When you write journal article, or if you produce something for more of public domain writing, you are expected to produce standardized something. But in learning journal, there is the so-called personalized. So when someone can make it more authentic, more personal in different ways, not in every way, but that's a kind of excitement to me when I read them. Oh, this is authentic. Oh, this is something more personal. It doesn't mean that personal is about personality, but personal means probably related to the personal educational background, or personal experience on something, or the way that person react to something. So that's becoming, when I read the learning journal, that's becoming a kind of pleasant surprise, to look at that kind of authenticity. So in your case, that's more substantive rather than more personal, from, if I can compare with others. So I will say, for example, my comment to in the next entry, I find few of you who can offer more personal authenticity there. So that's why I enjoy reading varieties of entries from you. Anyway, thank you, Daniel. Next, we move to Indonesia from, again, IPB University. Farah Dina Haraha. Is Farah here?
Farah, are you here?
Okay.
Farah, once morning, Farah. Farah is one of the organizer. I'm very disappointed, Farah, if you are not here.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, my quick response to Farah is, that's short and sweet, all entries. Probably the most informal one, a bit too informal. But anyway, being informal is also a personal touch to that one. I'm fine with that one. And look, writing is about, when you write something, there is no limit to how far you can improve, how far you can twist, how far you can improvise, yeah, to make improvisations of writing, because writing is art, you know. So from that perspective, you can see that how much effort that has been put there. So, and one of my notes for Farah entry, while the entry is short and sweet, a bit too informal, but some typos are there. But in terms of content, I'm very much happy to see the content of Farah's learning journal.
Is there
Okay,
Farah?
this is my
Farah,
quick.
I can see you, Farah. Farah, are you here? Farah.
Yeah, probably Farah is logged in, but probably not in front of the device. Probably. Okay, we understand that one. Okay, let's move now to the next one. Again, this is from Indonesia, but from very far away place rather than from Java. This is from Sulawesi Barat. I'm sympathetic with someone from Sulawesi Barat and then produce the very authentic and personalized learning journal. Kasmiati, are you there?
Yes.
Okay,
Hello,
very
Prof.
good. Please introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about your experience producing the learning journal.
Sorry, yeah, I'm Kasmiati and I'm a English scholar from Eastern Indonesia, West University. And then, yeah, your class one of my favorite. Hello, is it clear?
Yes, we can hear
Oh,
you.
Yeah, and then I'm just trying writing what what I get from the course or the class. I just try to writing my feel, my opinion, or yeah, like that.
What you are studying now? Are you doing master degree, bachelor degree, or what subject you are? What degree you are doing now?
I'm a young lecturer.
Okay, you are a young lecturer. Okay.
Yeah, I'm early scholar from the Eastern. Yeah,
Okay.
we can say Sulawesi Barat is very.
Okay. Okay. But anyway, look, I mean, I understand the diversity of different regions in Indonesia, but when out of the 13 top list of the learning journal submissions, when I see someone from Sulawesi Barat, so I'm fully respectful of the way you have tried your best to produce the learning journal. So what I can say here, you know the substance, you know what do you want to say, you have the clarity, and you can do that one with authenticity. Authenticity means that you put the authenticity of yourself the way you do that one. This is something that I value, that not much comments on authenticity that I put here on the 13 top submissions that I've looked at. But in your case, very authentic and very personalized entry that you have done. Well done. But I can see also there are rooms for improvements. So when you go back and then say, for example, if you are my student, I will be more than happy to do the track changes of the entries that you do, so you can see in detail how you can improve your sentence, your phrase, something like that. But anyway, I can see the rooms for improvement. But the way you do that one is the content is great. You have the authentic entry, you make it personalized, and something that make your learning journal a kind of eye-catching among others. So well done, by the way, well done. I'm very pleased to know that you are from Sulawesi Barat, the only representative from Eastern Indonesia in the top top 13 of the Learning Journal. Well done.
Congratulations, Kasmiati.
Hopefully in the future I can be your student in my PhD maybe.
Yeah, get scholarship, darling.
I'm gonna
So
send-
if you are planning to do PhD, so this is opportunities are open. Fight for that one. Prepare yourself, and then all the best. Everyone, if you are young lecturer, you should aim for going into the highest level of education, PhD. Where did you do your bachelor and master, by the way?
IPB.
IPB. Okay, very good.
Thank you from IPB. And I get the information about the ASL from my friends Danang Pramudita.
Oh,
Mel,
Mas Danang.
teman sekelas saya Bu dulu.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, life is not far from personal network. So keep expanding your personal network. Yeah, nothing wrong about personal, nothing wrong about personal network, but utilize that one in a very good way of extending your personal network. And this kind of activities, you know, to engage in this kind of summer course is one way to extend the network. So networking is one of the important things that we need to have in our career. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kasmiati. The next one, again from Indonesia, from IPB University, Latifah Sri Andini. Latifah Sri Andini, are you here?
Oh my God, where are these IPB students?
Hello.
Okay, Latifah is there. Very good. Okay. Latifah, please introduce a little bit about yourself, and then your quick comments about how you have your experience about producing the Learning Journal. Go ahead, Latifah.
Thank you. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Latifah Sri Andini.
Latifah, excuse me, darling. Can you do on
Yes.
cam? Can you be on cam?
Oh,
Or do you have any problems?
sorry, ma'am. Connection unstable.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that's
go
fine.
ahead.
That's fine. Go ahead. That's not a problem. It's not a big deal.
Okay. My name is Latifah Sri Andini. I'm from IPB University. Majoring in resources and environmental economics.
And then what about your experience of producing Learning Journal?
Actually, it's my first time writing a learning journal, and it was great. And I have learned so many new things. That's it. For the struggles, my English is my English is not good enough or perfect yet.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Latifah. Thank you. Okay, let me comment on this one. Remember that English is not, for all of us here, is not our first language. Probably the second or the third language. So I'm sympathetic. I was struggling with English, and until now, I'm still struggling with English. And remember that there are 4 aspects of English ability that we need to master. 2 passive one and 2 active ones. So the 2 passive one is when you listen and when you read. So when you reading and listening, so that will form your understanding, your grasp of the content and everything. And then the two other English ability is about more active one, which is writing and speaking. And between writing and speaking, probably writing is the hardest one. So among the four functions, reading, listening, writing, and speaking, probably writing is the hardest one. So that's why when you have IELTS test, in most cases, the universities will put a mandate of the minimum score for writing. So for writing, you cannot go below something. So from that perspective, we have to understand that writing, English writing or academic writing is not easy. Writing is a struggle, and I can see that one. I myself struggle to write a good English. So from that perspective, the exercise of learning journal is a very good exercise. So don't treat this kind of exercise as task or as assessment, as a burden. You should take, your attitude should be, you do the learning journal is part of your learning process, and then that is basically to create a space for you to exercise one of the most difficult active aspect of mastering English language. So this is not about only covering the content. This is about expressing your personal touch, expressing about creating authenticity, and then to be reflective. So that is different from, say, for example, when you produce research report, for example, completely different from producing learning journal. So unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, we use the learning journal here to differentiate your achievement, or to find out who are the best participants for the learning, the summer course. But anyway, for Latifah, you have produced a consistent approach of 2 short paragraphs for each of the entry, and I can see the reflexivity content, and then overall your writing is good, yeah, very good. So you should be proud of yourself. When you say that you are struggling, it means that you are aware of your limitations, but it means that when you are aware of limitations, it means that you put efforts. So when you are not confident about yourself, at the same time, you are indicating that I've put my effort. When someone overconfident, probably we can imply that that person who are overconfident actually not really putting the sufficient efforts. So in your case, when you say that my English is not that good, but that shows that you have put your efforts. So anyway, I'm very appreciative of the efforts that you have done. Well done, Latifah. The next one, we move to Pakistan. Muhammad Asif Khan, are you there? Asif, probably I can call you Asif.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. I can see you very clearly. Yes, Asif. Before you start, I have a very good impressions of your learning journal. So I'm wondering about your background now. Your entry is very authentic, with great clarity, very reflective, rather informal and personal, which I like. So now tell us a little bit about yourself, and then you're sharing your experience of producing learning journal.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Mohammad Asif, and I'm from Pakistan. Recently, I finished my undergraduate study in forestry and wildlife management from the University of Haripur. And this is all about my introduction. And learning journal is a wonderful practice in which we develop our own opinion and transfer the knowledge which we get through what we observe. And what I do in preparing learning journal Like daily, when we have a session, I listen it carefully and notice the main point in session, and then I link some of the sentences to make a paragraph, and it developed my writing skills. Like it also developed my how I can solve a problem in a simple way, and it also improved my knowledge. And it's a wonderful practice in whole summer course.
Thank you, Asif. So here, I think what is few words I put in my notes on your entry is authentic, great clarity. So clarity is really important. Clarity means when producing clear writing is the outcome of clear understanding. So without clear understanding, impossible for you to produce clear writing. Although you have clear understanding, if you cannot write that one clearly, you can still muddy the water. So the prerequisite for clear writing is clear understanding. So make things clear in your mind first before you try to make it clear in your writing. So since this is probably playing with complicated long words, long sentences is not the good approach. So better to use simple, short and sweet. I used to use that kind of comments. But in your case, very authentic, great clarity, very reflective, rather informal and personal, but that's fine. That makes your entry authentic because you put your personal flavor there, the way you want to treat what you want to write. That's great. Yeah, well done, by the way, Muhammad Asif. Okay, the next one. Oh, Muhammad Asif, why don't you write one of your entry, the shortest one? Find the shortest one, and then you write that one for us. You read that one for us.
Sure. I will read Learning Journal. The topic was Learning Journal, what and how to write. So in this practice, I write, in today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle and forget what's truly important. The ability to write well is the skill that is developed over time. It is not something that can be learned overnight. There are a number of things that you can do to improve your writing skills. Learning journals is one of them. This is the first time I heard about the learning journal by a respected speaker. Yes, it is easy to do when we write our own opinion about what we listen to. It is a learning journal practice. It develops skills of thinking, problem solving, and communicating complex issues in a simple way. He also gave some tips of improve while writing a paragraph. Moreover, it has also improved writing skills. It is a way to enhance your knowledge. Learning journal helps to understand the whole scenario in a very simple and short time. I recommend it is also important to get feedback on your learning journal. Ask a friend or family member to read your work and give you their opinion. Finally, be willing to revise and edit your work. This will help you to produce better writing overall. This will help you to see where you need to improve because the ending is the only beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Asif. Thank you for sharing that sweet entry. The next one, from again IPB University, Muhammad Farhan. Farhan, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yes, go ahead, Farhan. Tell us about yourself, and then a few words about your experience of producing learning journal.
Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Farhan Tufai Malam, and now I'm a bachelor student from IPB University, Environmental and Research Economics. This is my first time, sir, to be honest, to write learning journals, and perhaps it's really needs so much effort because there is so much thing that I think it's a little bit hard, maybe because it needs 1 hour more to basically know what the lecturer said and what the presentation tell us about. But it's so grateful to write all my entries. Maybe like that, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Farhan. I think I got your point, and your point is very much very substantive. And I think what you have said reflect the struggle of everyone's here, especially for those of you who are having less experience of exposure with the English speaking environment, listening to the English lecture, trying to take notes in English, and then producing your writing in English. So for those of us who are not coming from English speaking country, but unfortunately the world now has been increasingly governed in quote unquote using the English language, and English language writing, speaking, listening, reading, that has become the international means of communications. So this is really fine, but what you have said is really the struggle. But what I can tell you, this is a struggle that worth doing. No, don't think that why I have to spend my time to write just 100 words entry for each. I spend probably 1 hour, 2 hours. I have to check, I have to struggling to understand, struggling to comprehend. This is in different language, and then I have to struggle also to put the points clear, to clarify things in my mind. But this is the process worth doing. So you will gain from the learning process, not only for the sake of getting the piece of certificate from engaging with this learning from this summer course, but trust me, this is something that you will remember, something that you will harvest the benefit in your professional work after you finish with your degree, or in your continuing study when you get the chance. So I think that's what I can say. This is not about trying to calm you after putting so much effort on producing this one, not that one, but I'm telling you because I was at your situations decades ago. And for those of us who are in the West now, writing is never been easy. It's never easy. Yeah. Writing has never been easy. Writing is always a struggle, because you need to write in different contexts for different purpose. Say, for example, I give you an example. Okay, you are trained in writing for a journal article, academic writing, and then at a different point, you need to write to more general audience. So what is about the need for understanding of general audience? You want to try to communicate your specialized content. So that's a different struggle that you need to learn. But anyway, well done, Farhan. And then you should be proud of what you have done. In terms of content, you have produced excellent content. But as you have said, also there are rooms for improvements in the way you do your writing. So this is a never-ending process, something that you need to learn more in the future. I can see that one hands up before. If someone wants to say something before we move into the next 2 or 3 participants. I can see that
Gulam Yasin.
Yes, Gulam Yasin, you want to say something? You want to comment? So you have any questions?
No, sir. Sorry, I raised my hand unintentionally.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, the next one. From Indonesia, from Brin, Reni Setio Wahyuning Tias. Ibu Reni, are you there? Probably not. Hello, Ibu Reni. Okay, BRIN. BRIN is the National State Agency for Research. So I think that's the new institutions. Very big institutions now in Indonesia. Okay, let's skip that one. But anyway, for Ibu Reni, very considered writing in terms of the content. But I would like to see more authenticity. So putting authenticity is important. Yeah, that will make you different from other entries. Yeah. The next one, Robi Fauzan from Apical. I don't know. So I think this is good to get to know you. Okay.
Okay, Pak. Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, Pak Robi, please introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about your experience working on Learning Journal.
Okay, thank you, Pak. This is my first time learning how to write Learning Journal. I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm writing too long, in average 300 words. I'm sorry because it's not much time for me to summarize it because I'm also struggling with the signal here and also working doing this during the working session. I'm working in Apical as a crop surveyor, so yeah, during these 2 weeks, sometimes I need to see the YouTube and sometimes already fall asleep, so no time to review it again. Sorry. And then Apical is we are the biggest exporter of palm oil products from Indonesia right now after Wilmar. And yeah, I work for them as an agronomist or crop. They say crop analyst. The purpose is to prepare the supply chain team in order to manage future contracts, to manage the shipping contracts, and also the processing planning in the refineries. For the academic background, I am actually not trained in agriculture. I am an environmental engineer from ITB, and after the bachelor degree, I continued my study to Wageningen University, but in agriculture and bioresource engineering, in engineering one, not in agronomy. But yeah, the fate says that I should work for agronomy and must study the crop and something related to biology. Yeah, that's life. Yeah, thank you.
But anyway, Pak Robi, I think you are probably the not many. I think most of the participants are either bachelor student, master student, or PhD student. You are professional. You did your bachelor and you have master from Wageningen University, the top university in Netherlands, especially for the life science. So I think your background as professional, but engaging, participating in your busy work schedule at this learning, the summer course, I think this is something outstanding, something that should be valued by the committee, and probably from your commitment to produce that learning journal. So
thank you, Pak.
Yeah, so something I'm as you know now, I'm an academic. I teach students. I read student submissions when I read your stuff, and then now I know your background. So you have my appreciations, Pak. So
thank you, Pak.
I wish you all the best. You get I am sure that your motivations is nothing to do with gaining the mark, but you want to learn.
No.
You want to update yourself. You want to get the experience. So that's something. So your motivation is really to gain something new, facilitated by the COVID environment, so we can have this kind of online sessions. Otherwise, it's not possible for you to travel for 2 weeks and then to enjoy a course somewhere else, escaping from your job. So, but anyway, I appreciate your time to produce that learning journal. But my comments is to the journal is very authentic too, like the way I comment to Asif before from Pakistan, and also authentic. Authentic means you put your personal touch there. While you are reading the content, you reflect on how that content touch your personal background. So you said that I'm an engineer. I find this speaker with the same background as me, so you are something is touching you from your personal characteristics. So this is something that is nice to read, and then you are trying to position yourself compared to others as the participants here. So I think that's something unique too. So in terms of authenticity, you have great authenticity, and then you personalize the entry. Overall, no doubt you finish master from Netherlands. You can write good English and highly reflective. Well done. I enjoy reading your submission, Pak.
Thank you, Pak. Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
Okay, the next one, not the last, from Malaysia, from University. This is from University Malaysia Sabah too. I'm not quite sure. Syazwani Nisa binti. Okay, but this is my file is cut. The length of the width of the Excel is not correct here. But anyway, are you there?
Hello.
Nisa.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. Go ahead, Nisa.
I'm good. But can I off cam because I'm not expecting this, so I don't know where to do.
That's fine. No problem.
Okay.
We can hear you clearly. Go ahead. No problem.
Okay. So my name is Syazwani Nisa binti Anwar. I'm master student from University Malaysia Sabah. So I just joining this because my other friends from Malaysia also joined. So they pursue me to join together. So, but this is also my first time to write the learning journal. So from the learning journal, I'm just trying to put it in the words where I can understand by myself. Yeah, so I just make it simple in my own words. Yeah.
Okay, but that's very good. Thank you, Syazwani. In terms of content, you have produced a very good summary, excellent summary of the content for each of the entry. And then your writing is clear, yeah? But probably compared to, say, for example, Robbie, or compared to Kasmiati, compared to, say, Muhammad Asif from Pakistan, your one is less reflective. So when you put more reflexivity there, that will significantly improve according to the three contents that you need to have. One is about the content, and then the writing, and then about the reflexivity. So the next one about reflexivity is to make your learning journal authentic. So authentic is probably the next step of having a very good, very deep reflexivity. This is becoming authentic. So on that one, probably you can push a little bit on that one. But in terms of content summary and in terms of writing, everything's excellent in my view. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Overall, let me conclude this one in the next few minutes of my own reflections of reading this one. The first one. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read. I received around 17 before, 17 or 18, and out of 17 or 18, make it 13. and out of 13, probably the whole 13 can be grade 85 plus. And 85 plus, you can have 85, you can have 90, you can have 95. Yeah, I don't want to put 100 because 100 is for God. Okay. So I never put 100, give 100 to my student. The highest mark I give for my student is 95 in this kind of qualitative assessment. And please be mindful. Marking this kind of qualitative submissions is, after all, is qualitative judgment. There should be discrepancies, but as long as there is no conflict of interest, as long as you can somehow trust the credibility of those who are performing the job of marking, and that should be more or less acceptable. But if someone is doing this one out of conflict of interest, that can be problematic. But for this one, you can trust me. I have no conflict of interest. I told before that we need to understand the variety. Malaysians, Pakistanis, in most cases, they are much more, their English proficiency much more better than Indonesians. And then you are different also in terms of educational background. Some of you, many of you are only with the bachelor qualifications, have never been in the English-speaking country. Some of you have done your postgraduate qualifications in the Western countries. And then, so we are different. So from that perspective, I have to understand also the varieties, the diversities of where you are coming from. So I have to be sympathetic. I have to be, because you are not exactly at the same level of playing field. So I have to be mindful about that one. And then I have submitted my reading to the committee, and then the committee of the summer course will process further for I know that there will be the winner, there will be the second winner, the third winner. So this learning journal will be one of the key components of that one. So, and the next one, the last one for my part. Writing is the process that will never end. When you write one paragraph, when you write one page, the process of improving that one is never-ending process. So this is, you have to find out where to stop. So now you have to decide where to stop, what is the optimum level. So the improvement, so you must have when you listen to the experience of PhD student who will have to write the thesis, who probably they have sit, one or some of you have sit in front of the computer for 1 day, for example, or 2 days, and then you finish 0 paragraph. Yeah, and then you complain yourself, I've tried to write 1 good paragraph for the past 2 days and nothing is coming out. And then you think that I have wasted the past 2 days or the past 3 days or the past 1 week without producing anything. So this is normal in the process of writing. So when you see the final product of writing, like in form of journal article of say 7,000 words, and then you can imagine how painful was the process of writing that kind of thing. So writing is a process, something that needs to be valued. So writing is, you need the knowledge, you need the clarity of mind, you need the ability to communicate in writing, especially in the academic English. So never underestimate the needs or the skill that you need to have in producing academic English writing. So for those of you who have tried to submit the learning journal, well done. This is a very important learning process that you have done, and treat this one as the learning process that will benefit you rather than looking that one as the requirement that you need to fulfill. So that's something different. Philosophically, completely different. Something that you do for your own learning that you will benefit, or something you do out of the requirement to fulfill something. So that's up to you which way, on which side you will put yourself. Okay, thank you very much.
Prof. Zulfan, one more point about academic integrity, Pak Zulfan.
Okay. Yes, I also look. I assume that you are doing academic degree, and then when you produce something out of academic activity, you produce something that we need to always keep in mind is the concept of academic integrity. In the West, in Australia, for example, academic integrity is a very important aspect. So especially when writing, one of the integrity breach that people can easily be cross the line is cheating. How do you cheat in writing? Do you plagiarize? Yeah. So plagiarism is a sin in academic world. You can steal someone else's idea, but you say that you steal. You admit that you steal. I'm stealing this one from so and so. This is the source. This is what they say. This is how I understood this one. And you do the so-called paraphrasing. You do direct quote. You do proper referencing. So this is not about banning you to use someone else's idea. That's fine. Because in academic world, in writing, have you heard about that we are standing in the shoulders of giants? So we know the good things because of we read the good stuff. We read the product or the writing of top scholars, for example. So, but you cannot just simply steal someone else's sentences, someone else's paragraph. But there are methods to do that one properly. So that's what we call academic referencing. So that's one thing about academic integrity. The second thing is, what about producing 10 entries? I will do 5 entries, you do 5 entries, and then you use 5 from me, I use 5 from you, and then after all, each of us will have 10 entries. So again, this is another way of cheating. This is against the principle of academic integrity. So learning journal is something personal, something that the way you understand, something that you want to reflect on, something that you want to choose what you want to write about, and what is your take on what you choose, what you write. So this is more personal. So how can something personal is shared? So I remember that I said before, learning journal cannot be identical. You listen to the same thing, you write about the same thing, but what to write, how you write cannot be identical. How can you pick the same point? Probably you pick the same point, that's fine. But how you understand the same thing and how you put that one into writing, and then what is your personal take, reflexivity. So that's why authentic. When I say authentic, you are authentic. I think I used authentic before for Robbie Fauzan. I used authentic before for Kasmiati. And then I used authentic before for Muhammad Asif. So you're authentic. I can see your authenticity. Something that I really value. So this is something unique. So from that perspective, since you are, some of you are, most of you, I guess, young academic, you are, the academic world is ahead of you. So something that you need to maintain is maintain your academic integrity. So this is important. Academic integrity is something that something will make you priceless. When you breach the academic integrity, you are jeopardizing your credibility in academic world. But it doesn't mean that, say, for example, let me share my experience dealing with a student breaching the academic integrity. Say, for example, a master's student or bachelor student. I can see the plagiarism there. I'm not going to punish in the first instance. I will look at the nature of the plagiarism. Plagiarism because of lack of knowledge, or because of ignorance, or because of laziness, or what is this? I will find out. When I discover that one for the first time, for example, usually I will email the student, hey, you cannot do this one. This is first warning. Don't do that one for the second assessment, for the third assessment. But if that one is repeated, that could be escalated. But in most cases, student will be alarmed by the warning from the lecturer, from the professor. Because in our university, the breach of academic integrity is a very significant, very important aspect of academic life. And we have the mechanism of solving. In few cases, I will have to escalate that one to the university. And then the student will have to be called by the academic integrity committee at the school level. The student will have to be called, and then the problem has to be explained in formal way by the school or by the faculty, not by the individual lecturer or professor. And from that one, in most cases, there are different outcomes. The mistake is how can you call it? Permissible, something that can be rescued, or non-rescuable. Non-rescuable means failing, overall fail. So from that perspective, maintain your academic integrity in terms of two things. One is plagiarism, and the second one is colluding with others, sharing the personal work, becoming collective work. Okay, I think that should be sufficient about academic integrity.
Thank you again, Prof. Zulfan, for the second time you give us great lecture and feedback. Big applause for Prof. Zulfan, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Another academic integrity, Prof. Here. The number of participants who attending this Zoom is about 80, 90, but our presence on, our attendance form filled in by more than 100 people. Again, yeah, still, yeah, you guys, oh my God, this is really disappointing. Yeah, this is really disappointing. I'm screenshotting this Zoom, and then anyone who didn't attend this Zoom personally, but you still fill in the attendance form, and someone from here must copy the link and then send to your friend who are not joined this Zoom. This is really disappointing. Please, come on, why you do this? Yeah, please don't do this. Okay, this is really bad. We want this this program not only about education, but only about good attitude. You also know, you also need good attitude. You also need this kind of things, integrity. Yeah, not for only academic life, yeah, Pak Zulfan, but for your life. Okay. Again, thank you, Pak Zulfan. Thank you, Pak Zulfan, for joining us. And hopefully next year again, if we still, financed by the Ministry of Education to do this summer course, again, you will be our regular resource speaker for this learning journal assignment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, once again, participants, please fill in the attendance form. Yeah.